Hello there, and good morning, and good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. I'm coming to you from my private residence here in Los Angeles, California, Redondo Beach, California, and I've got a few things to cover here, and let's get started. This is the first presentation from home since my trip from Portugal, Spain, Morocco, Paris, and Switzerland, and an exit in Germany. So I'm happy to be back. Let's just do some items of interest today that you might find interesting. Of course, we've got a lot of wars, plenty of wars today through history. The hits just keep coming. It's unbelievable. In 70 CE, I don't know what CE is or what it means or what it stands for. Maybe you can find out for yourself. In 70 CE, Jerusalem fell to the Roman forces, whatever that was all about. In 1756, the 7 Years' War in the Austrian 7 Years' War, that was a big problem as well. I don't know what that was about. That was 1756. In 1862, General John Pope, during the Civil War, Bull Run, the Bull Run battle. I'm not going to go into the particulars of each and every one of these conflicts. It is too many. They're nonstop throughout history. And as we have today, there's no end in sight. In 1893, Whitcomb Judson got a patent for the clasp locker. Clasp locker. And it was the precursor to the modern day zipper. So this gentleman invented the zipper, 1893. 1949, the Soviet Union blasted away their first test atomic bomb. It was made in the mirror image of the one we dropped on Nagasaki. The one we had was called Fat Man bomb. It was the Fat Man. And of course, today you probably wouldn't be able to call it a Fat Man. You'd probably have to say the Big Boned bomb, or the Big Bone bomb. I guess you would have to say. You couldn't use the word fat. So, but it was, maybe they'll change it in the history books. Maybe they'll take plaques down. Maybe they'll erase lettering on aircraft in museums. And maybe they'll try to change history as well with that Fat Man bomb in Nagasaki. So that was 1949. The Soviet Union tested their first atomic weapon. In 1997, our friends at Netflix was invented, happened to be by two gentlemen by the name of Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph. They started the Netflix Corporation. And you must have to be careful with these streaming services. I read the other day that HBO Max is pulling content from shows. They may keep the show, but they may pull quite a bit of episodes from the library. So the whole thing with streaming was you could get all and everything from everything from everything. And that was the niche. That was what everybody got attracted to streaming. You could get whatever you wanted, what was ever out there, that was ever produced. But that's not the case now. It's just like these streaming services, the cable, the DirecTV, the Netflix, the Apples, the Hulus, the Amazons, the Prime. I mean, you name it. There's so many of them now. What they do is they get you hooked. They get you hooked with a small subscription price and all the content you can dream of. And then they slowly, the bean counters come in and they slowly realize that this wasn't a profitable or as profitable business model as they expected. So they start pulling content because the residuals that they have to pay the actors and the actresses and the directors and the producers and everybody involved in the production is very, very costly. So be careful. Your streaming service may not be what you think it is. The prices are going up, and they got you hooked, and now they're going to just pull it right through the roof. And before you know it, your television viewing will be just as expensive as a car payment, a modest car payment. So be careful. And in 2005, on this day, Hurricane Katrina destroyed down south, back east. What else can I say? Back east, down south. And they're still having some problem with flooding in back east, down south today, or I think it was Alabama or Mississippi's having problems. They're warning people to get away from the water. So evidently they live next to these rivers. There is no proper drainage system or flood control plan in place. And when the river overflows, people lose their homes and sometimes even their lives. So be careful if you're back east, down south. That seems to be a problem area for a host of different reasons. All right, so I've got a few packages I want to open. I want to go over my trip very, very fast. I kept a journal, and so we'll see how it goes. I left from JFK, New York, and I flew to Boston. And from Boston, I flew to Lisbon. And then from Lisbon, I evidently after Lisbon, if you've seen any of the presentations, a little sightseeing in Lisbon, I enjoyed it a lot. I recommend it anybody who wants to travel to Europe. Lisbon would be a great place to start. You're right on the Atlantic Ocean. The breeze is unbelievable. The people are great. It's clean. The food is wonderful. And I enjoyed it immensely, even though I didn't know how to pronounce much of what I was seeing or talking about. And from Lisbon, I took one train and 3 buses to the Rock of Gibraltar. I stopped in Seville, Spain, and then on to Magla, Spain. I'm probably pronouncing some of these locations incorrectly. And then on to the Rock of Gibraltar, which was very exciting. I recommend anybody who wants to go out and get an adventure of some kind. The Rock of Gibraltar will definitely do it for you. From there, I went back into Spain because the Rock of Gibraltar is territory of the United Kingdom, England. And then I took the ferry across the Gibraltar Straits from let me catch up here. Here it is. Tarifa, a small port in Spain, and I took the ferry over to Morocco and went to Tangier. I'm still talking to my guide, Masafo, on the phone on WhatsApp. I recommend WhatsApp is a great one if you don't already have it. Then on to Casablanca, see the 3rd largest mosque, and then to Marrakesh, which was very exciting. From Marrakesh, I flew directly to Barcelona and spent some time there and visited Julie Hennessy, about an hour south by train, and it was a great visit. Came back, spent some more time in Barcelona, and then took a train to Paris, went up in the Eiffel Tower, all the way to the top, but I erased the video by accident. I didn't have the right ticket for it, but I acted like I couldn't speak, and I just acted like I couldn't speak, and they got tired of that real quick and just waved me on, and I was able to reach the top without the proper ticket. So that was nice. And then from Spain on to Switzerland to meet Julie Hennessy's son, Frank, from Switzerland. I hope you enjoyed Frank. He was a great, great host. Beautiful country, clean, no traffic, and just a wonderful place. And that was it. And then from Frank's house, because of the strike from Lufthansa on the day, I took a train to Frankfurt, Germany, and that's where I left to head back nonstop to Los Angeles, California on Condor Airlines. So it was a wonderful trip today. Tomorrow is my birthday, so everybody's excited about that. Happy birthday to me. These are some of the balloons that we celebrate birthdays with. I think these might be the balloons from last year. I don't know. But they're still hanging in there. This one is kind of losing some of its air. I guess it's dying is what it's doing. I guess this is what it looks like when the air starts to leak out at the top and the balloon itself doesn't really know how to handle it. And it looks like, well, it looks like a COVID-19 infection of some kind. And then the other two balloons are still hanging in there, but they have, what does it say? Yeah, it says hip, 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 hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. So these are the balloons. That's tomorrow. Happy birthday to my niece, Laura. Her birthday is tomorrow. And so today I'm going to Thailand. That's right, Thailand. I have a friend who worked for United Airlines. He took the buyout. He has a buddy pass left. He's going. He wanted to know if I wanted to go, and I said, sure, I'll go. So off to Thailand we will go. And let's start with the packages. This, I know what it was. I ordered it. I think some of you are going to be very happy about this package. Always cut the packages high up in the package as you can. You don't want to damage anything inside the package by cutting too low into the package. Okay, this is from, I don't know why it's in a Prime bag. I'm not a Prime subscriber. This is from Amazon. And what this is a digital stereo condenser microphone. This is not what I don't think I ordered. I ordered something to keep the wind off. What is this? Maybe this is something to keep the wind down. Let's open it up quick. Time is flying. I know you gotta go. I know you gotta go. You're probably, if you're still here, you probably might have already left. Packaging. You know, God forbid they just put something where you could just get it, you know. I don't have time. So here it is. Oh, it's in another case. Look at that. A little case for it. And you open it up like so. And it's to keep the wind. I'm getting a lot of letters and cards complaining, and not complaining, but letting me know that the wind noise is unacceptable in every form and level. So what this is hopefully gonna do is this is gonna cut down on the wind. The wind noise. You see these on the TV. Some of the correspondents in the field will use this type of hood. So the noise isn't as noisy as it can be. So we'll see how that works. Maybe Jesse can always check the package again and see that there's nothing else in the package, and then discard your refuge back in the package if you want. Some people will just throw it on the floor, but that's your business. Okay, and the other package, which I'm very excited about. I know where this package has come from. I've already corresponded with the individual, Justin. Justin sent me this package. Let's open it up. Thank you, Justin. Let's see what we got in here. It's very, very light. Very light. It's almost like they say, light as a feather. Let's open it up and see what it is. I've got a knife here, one-sided knife. And got some tissue paper. That's always a good sign. It's always a good sign when you see tissue paper, you know? That's somebody who's conscientious about packing it, whatever it is. Oh, wow, look at this. What the? Holy cow. Wow, I could save this tissue paper. You don't want to throw tissue paper out. Okay, let's get rid of the box. And the tissue paper. Thank you, Justin. Wow, it looks like some kind of. Wow, look at this. How cool is this? The Marx Brothers in their 1946 Howlraiser, A Night in Casablanca by David Lowen production. Wow, how cool is that? How cool is that? Thank you, Justin. Wow. Can you see it? Wow, that is sharp. Look at them. Wow, nice, very nice. That's gonna find a place. And here's a card and something else. Let's see what else is in here. I'll take my knife. Always cut away from your hand. You don't want to cut toward yourself. Always cut away. Always cut away. Always cut away if you can. Sometimes you have to switch hands if you're righty, and then it might be easier to cut away with your left hand. Get in the habit of using both hands whenever you can, because you never know if you're in an accident or, God forbid, you lose one of your arms or your hands. You want to be able to be comfortable with the other one as well. All right, let's go. I'm cutting away now. I'm cutting away from myself. See the way I'm cutting away, so if the knife does slip, I will not injure or cut myself. There you go. Cut away. Always cut away. And wow, look at this. This is going to be wonderful. Wow, the Marx Brother. Spend a Night in Casablanca. The digital surround. DVD video. Holy cow. That's going to be great. That's going to be wonderful. Holy cow. Thank you, Justin. That is something else. Thanks for thinking of me on my birthday. Wow. Thank you for all your time, your time and talent. This past year, and the trip to Europe was amazing to follow. I mean, I never thought I'd spend time thinking of the Portuguese trash system during my last trip to New York City. Some people may say, watch Rick Steves instead, but I say, why? When there is Ambassador Holtzman. It's a little outdate, but please enjoy a movie I found that ties into your travel. Have a great year, Justin. Wonderful. Wow. Thank you, Justin. I'm really very happy with these gifts. This is really great. I am a Marx Brothers fan. I don't know anybody who really isn't. The Marx Brothers and the Three Stooges are some of my favorite, and W.C. Fields, but you really can't see many. It's like they put all those W.C. Fields movies and the Marx Brothers. They put them on a shelf for these streaming services. They put them on a shelf, and they're not making them available, I think, as much as they should. So I thank you. Wish me luck in Thailand. It's 11 p.m. departure from SFO, San Francisco. I'll take a flight from LAX to SFO a little after 6 p.m. and then have a little couple of hours layover before the flight. God forbid, God willing, we get on space available. So the next presentation will be probably from Thailand. So I hope you enjoyed the Europe trip. I enjoyed doing it. I hope it shed some light on some of those places. And again, I want to apologize for butchering just about every church and every place I went and everything I said. But I think you got the point. Enjoy travel. You don't have to be a connoisseur of fine wine or museums and art and all that other nonsense. You can go and enjoy wherever you go, because wherever you go, you'll be there.